Hey guys, it's Jeff from Pressure Luck. Alright, so another season has come and gone, the fall is now upon us, and that means the soup is on. And that really sounded like a poem, and I swear I didn't plan it that way. Alright, so what I'm making today is going to be a soup that I actually got to love from my dad. My dad is one of the best people on the face of this earth. I love you, Dad. This one's going to be for you. And now, what soup is it? Well, it's an Italian soup. And it's one of those soups that are so really very simple to make, but are also incredibly hearty in its results. It's a soup that is full of spinach and this delicious egg mixture, and it's not really traditional how I make mine, but it's going to have exactly that wonderful traditional taste to it. It's called a Stracciatella soup, or a Stracciatella soup, and it's basically an Italian version of Chinese egg drop soup. You're going to see how it's going to be. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be full of spinach. It's going to be full of egg, and I add a little bit of tortellini into mine. You don't have to do that, but we're going to show there in a second how you do that. So before I keep talking and rambling, let's just go right to the Instant Pot and begin our delicious Stracciatella soup. So start at the Instant Pot, and we're going to take 6 cups of chicken broth. And we're also going to take an 8-ounce bag of spinach, and I'm going to just rinse it off and then dump it in the pot. There we go. And like I said, I get that whole bag in there, and then just stir everything around with the broth. Alright, and now that we're nice and mixed up, I'm going to get the lid on top. Make sure we're in sealing position. And I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to hit manual, and I'm going to come down on this, guys, for simply 3 minutes. That's it, 3 minutes on high pressure. And while the soup is cooking, we're going to make our egg mixture. Let's start with 1 lemon. And then take the zest of half of that lemon, and then you can just save the other half of the lemon, or, do whatever you want with it, make lemonade. Now, eggs are a key ingredient in Stracciatella soup. I'm going to take 3 eggs and add them into our lemon zest. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to add some Parmesan cheese. 2 tablespoons of it, grated. 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, that's ground up. 3 tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley, or you can use 1 tablespoon of dried parsley flakes if you don't feel like chopping up fresh parsley. And I'm gonna add in a teaspoon of dried basil. And now take a whisk and whisk everything together so it's nice and combined. So when it's all done, it should look like this. Perfect. So let's perform a quick release. Alright, let's get the lid off. Awesome. Let's stir that soup up. So let's give all of our spinach a nice stir into our soup, and you see the spinach cooks down and basically wilts away into what it is, but that's perfect because that's exactly how we want it for this delicious soup. Okay, next step. Okay, so I've turned the pot off, and now what I want to do is I want to hit saute and adjust it so it's on the more setting. And then I'm going to want to bring my broth to a bubble. And the reason why I'm having this soup bubble again is because I'm going to be really untraditional with my Stracciatella soup, and I'm going to add some tortellini. Now this is like the fresh kind you'd buy in the supermarket, like in the dairy section, and this one is, I had 2 different varieties. This one's stuffed with prosciutto and parmesan, and this one's stuffed with basil and parmesan, and just have it for some variety. Again, not traditional and a totally optional step. You don't have to add it, but what's going to happen is once the soup starts simmering and bubbling, I'm going to add it in for about 4 minutes. If you're not doing this, we're going to skip right to the egg part afterwards, so you'll just skip the pasta step and I'll show you how to do that, but I'm going to add this in as soon as that soup begins to bubble. Alright, now that we're bubbling, let's add our tortellini, and let's give it all a stir, and let's let that boil in there for about 4 minutes. And then after 4 minutes of boiling, let's come down to the pot and hit keep warm cancel so that it's off. And let's let all of our bubbles here simmer down a little bit until they really stop boiling so much before we add our delicious egg mixture. So now that it's died down a little bit, it's okay if there's still some bubbles. I'm going to pour our egg mixture in here slowly and then take a fork, and I'm going to basically just run it around, and it's going to form like that ragged ribbonness. You see how that's forming in the soup? And just keep running around and around and around and around with it. And that is where this soup gets its name, Stracciatella, which means like rags. So just keep going and keep going and keep going, and we're gonna have this delicious, look at that, it's like magic right before your eyes. And we're gonna let this string around in there for about, I don't know, about 60 to 90 seconds when all said and done, and then we're gonna be ready to serve it up. And once our soup is looking like this, with our egg getting all bunched up into little, like a ribbony, little clumpy rag things, that's so appealing sounding, isn't it? We're ready to serve, so let's put some of it into a bowl. And of course, you can feel free to add some salt and pepper to taste. Look at that. Right into the bowl you go. Perfect. So let's top some of it off with a little bit more Parmesan. I mean, how beautiful does this soup look? It truly is like a magnificent Italian-style egg drop soup. Or is egg drop like a Chinese-style Stracciatella soup? Anyway, I think it really adds a lot to it by adding the tortellini, completely optional, totally makes it a little untraditional, but I really, really like that tortellini in there. So let's try this out. All right, let's go with this. Look at this. Oh yeah, let's try this out. Boom! Oh, my muscles. Oh, I feel like Popeye. Look at this. Wow, guys, this is it. This soup is absolutely amazing. The flavor is incredible. It's really very simple. The egg mixture mixed with the lemon zest and the Parmesan and the parsley and the basil, it just all comes together so beautifully in here, and it really is a very simple yet incredibly flavorful and very hearty soup. Really, like I said, love the addition of the tortellini. The broth is perfect. If you want to add some salt and pepper, add some salt and pepper. It's completely up to you. Oh, it tastes delicious. And the soup, for the most part, is actually really a pretty healthy soup. This soup is going to be really perfect for one of those really chilly evenings out there. You're going to absolutely love sitting on the couch with a good movie, a good companion, and eating stracciatella soup. And this is actually one of my dad's favorite soups. He actually turned me on to this soup. So Dad, this one's for you. Oh wow, I love it. Guys, if you enjoy this recipe, if you like these easy to follow video recipes and written recipes, go to pressurelowcooking.com. You can pin any recipe there as well to any Pinterest board you want. I have Facebook. Go to facebook.com/pressurelowcooking. I'm constantly putting content out there. Instagram, YouTube, all of it, you name it. Like it, subscribe to it, whatever to it. And again, thank you so much for your support. It never goes unnoticed, and I really can't thank you enough. Guys, stracciatella soup coming to your home real soon. Look, I'll feed it to you. Let's play airplane. All right, one more bite.